becomes the $6 million man. That's the headline on Politico about the Republican presidential candidate's astounding fundraising accomplishment yesterday, the Boston Tea Party. Paul did it again. He raised more than $6 million online in a single day. And that follows a fundraiser last month that brought in $4.2 million in a single day. That's a pretty good hourly rate. The campaign says it's raised more than $18 million this quarter. This could very well mean that Ron Paul will outraise his Republican rivals for the fourth quarter. And if he does that, he'll be able to fund a presence in a lot of the states that will be voting on February 5th. Ron Paul has the kind of grassroots organizations that politicians dream about. In addition to his phenomenal fundraising abilities, mostly among small individual campaign contributors, he has a devoted following that in any given moment can almost overpower the internet. Anytime that we mention Ron Paul's name here on the Situation Room, his supporters immediately begin writing to us in droves. They're fanatic in their devotion to him and very appreciative of any mentions we've ever given him. It's a phenomenon that's unique to Dr. Paul. We talk about all the candidates all the time, but we never, ever get a response to any of the rest of them like we get when we mention Ron Paul's name. It's pretty amazing. Nevertheless, most consider him a distant long shot, and he's stuck in the single digits in most of the national polls. So here's the question. If Ron Paul can raise more than $6 million in one day, how come he's not higher in the polls? Email your thoughts to CaffertyFile, CNN.com, or you can go to, we're past that already, or you can go to CNN.com/CaffertyFile, where you can post a comment on my blog. John.
I bet you're going to get quite a few emails, and bet quite a few of them come from Ron Paul supporters.
Well, we already have, actually. There's 700-800 emails came in before the program went on the air, because when they put the questions up on the internet site, people start writing right away. Did you write, John?
You are right about their enthusiasm. I don't write when I anchor, but you are right about their enthusiasm. When you're out at other campaign events across the country, Ron Paul supporters show up, a great deal of enthusiasm. I think you hit on the key question: can he translate the money and the enthusiasm into votes? And we're only a few weeks from finding out.
There
Jack,
you go.
We'll be back with you in a little bit.
Question this hour is, if Ron Paul can raise more than $6 million in one day, how come he's not higher in the polls? Doug writes from Sierra Madre, California, not higher because Ron Paul doesn't appeal to most right-wingers. Mr. Paul makes sense and tells the truth, and that just annoys a lot of Republicans. Carlos writes, because he's not getting exposure in the mainstream media. The rise of Huckabee is a testament to this. As soon as Huckabee's name started being mentioned every 5 seconds, his poll numbers rose. Just because Ron Paul is low in the polls doesn't mean he shouldn't get news coverage. Those who get to hear his message absolutely fall in love with him. Not John, apparently. John in Keystone Heights, Florida. Ron Paul isn't near the top of the polls for one reason: his message sucks. John in Sacramento. As a liberal Democrat, I've watched Ron Paul over the last year. I don't understand why the media doesn't get that he represents a very disaffected segment of the Republican Party that hasn't had a real voice since Pat Buchanan in 1992. The Republicans operate like a massive corporation. Ron Paul represents a shareholders' revolt. Linda writes, I think the reason Ron Paul's no higher in the polls is because few Americans understand what libertarianism is. It's much more in line with what our forefathers believed was important, but as a nation we have deviated so far from that original structure that today's Americans don't understand what it means. Jay writes he's not higher in the polls because he's not supported by the Republican Party management, the wealthy, corporate types, the defense, oil and gas industries, etc. He seems to represent the common man who feels without a voice in the usual D.C. political circus. And finally, Walter writes from Ohio, the reason we love Ron Paul is because he loves his country more than he loves himself. John?
Told you they'd be interesting, Jack. The campaign has pulled costly TV ads from the Boston market, seen by many voters, of course, in neighboring New Hampshire. Giuliani allies tell CNN heavy ad buys in that state have not improved his sagging poll numbers as much as they had hoped. Giuliani aides also say the campaign has to adjust its resources. Republican still intends to compete in New Hampshire, but needs to save money for down the road as well. Republican presidential candidate Ron Paul raked in an astounding $6 million online during yesterday's fundraising drive by supporters. Our internet reporter Abby Tatton is here. Abby, what is Ron Paul going to do with $6 million new money in cash?
Well, he spoke about that earlier today, John. Ron Paul calling this a shot in the arm for his campaign, and one that means he can extend that campaign further and for longer.
A lot of times people can do one state or two states, but they have no resources, you know, for the later primaries, and we certainly will be in good shape for February 5th as well.
Ron Paul in that press conference acknowledged that this cash haul was the work of his supporters. These folks here online, Ron Paul fans who populate the websites and forums where you can actually follow along what they're trying to do to raise attention for this candidate. They've been doing it in the air with their Ron Paul blimp. If you look online at comments section, yep, they're all over the place. And now reaching into their pockets for a second time to record-breaking effect. And with the Ron Paul campaign at their website reporting they're up to over $18 million this quarter. That's more than any other Republican brought in last quarter. You can see that he's getting the attention that they'd like. John?
Remarkable numbers. Remarkable, remarkable. Abby Tatton, thanks so much. And Jack Cafferty joins us again from New York. Hi, Jack.
Remarkable indeed. We've got 600 emails on the Cafferty File blog on CNN.com/Cafferty File. 600 emails just about Ron Paul just this afternoon. Pretty amazing.
The only recognizable celebration yesterday of the Boston Tea Party's 234th anniversary was held by the Ron Paul for President campaign, or by supporters of it. Sam Adams was represented in his anti-taxation spirit, possibly in the bottled form as well, as the Ron Paul movement celebrated by raising more than $6 million in a single day. That's a record. So where does this richly funded but unlikely bid for presidency go from here? What is the end game? Here to tell us is Ron Paul's campaign chairman, Ken Snyder. Mr. Snyder, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
So where did this money come from?
It came from all over the United States. I mean, it's really surprising. We had about 55,000 people donate this $6 million in a 24-hour period. But what's really interesting for us is that about 24,000 of those people were first-time donors.
I saw Ron Paul give a speech last month in which he said, you know, there's going to be a day where they're going to raise money. He didn't even know what the date was.
Right.
This seemed, and I mean that as a compliment,
no, I understand.
actually.
Right.
This seemed to have taken place, this fundraising, almost completely outside the campaign itself.
Right. Well, that's kind of the beauty of our campaign. Dr. Paul talks about freedom, decentralization, and of course, because of the internet, now people are able to actually create things and take the initiative and actually do things because of the internet. So our job as a campaign is obviously to present Dr. Paul and do more of the traditional things, but also at the same time to make sure we get out of the way of a lot of very energetic and supportive people out there to do what they want to do. And of course, yesterday is proof of that.
So this is a campaign that flies southwest, stays
Yes.
the Best Western, eats in diners. I've seen it firsthand.
Right.
You've got a lot of cash on hand as a result of that
Right.
thriftiness. What are you going to do with all that money?
Well, it still is expensive, as you know, to run a national campaign. From the beginning of this campaign back in January, I said we're going to have to be successful, we're going to have to blend the old techniques with the new techniques. So we still have to do radio, television, direct mail, travel expenses, and those sorts of things. And of course, the country's very big. But, you know, we're using the internet as much as we can, but it's going to be a proper blend of the old and the new. And I think that's what we're doing now.
Do you have any sense of what's drawing people? I mean, there's so many facets to Ron Paul's message. The small government element, the foreign policy stuff. What's the main draw?
I've thought about that quite a bit, and Dr. Paul and I have talked about it. I really think what it comes down to now is people want real change. They really do. And what it is that change? The change really is the message that we have: peace, freedom, and prosperity. There's a lot of people out there that I talk to around the country are who what I call disgruntled Republicans. They realize that the Republican Party isn't the party of big government or small government anymore. They don't like it. But at the same time, our campaign is drawing a lot of new people who never were interested in politics. I mean, for example, not too long ago, I had a gentleman call. I happened to answer the phone. The gentleman said, I'm in my mid-40s. I've never registered to vote. I've never voted in my life. I heard Dr. Paul speak. I am now on my way to the DMV to register to vote for the very first time in my life. So for that perspective, we're drawing some disgruntled Republicans, but also a lot of people are new to the political system.
So it is a movement. I called it a movement throughout the show. That was not tongue-in-cheek.
No.
You've literally broken the record in one-day fundraising. You broke the record, and it was on A147 in this morning's Washington Post. I mean, it was a tiny item in the paper. It was ignored.
Right.
That must drive you bananas.
Right. Yes. But we're used to this. But we're working to make sure that we get out there more and more. But you know, I think that the mainstream media, by and large, they are a little bit behind the times. I mean, comments often about the press is usually about a year or two behind. The point is, something's going on out there. People like yourself and a few others are recognizing that. But a senior producer for one of the major news shows told me not too long ago, there is something going on, there's a story, and we're trying to find it out. So I think more people now are realizing there is, in fact, something going on.
Yeah, John Stossel did a full hour with Ron Paul. They didn't even put it on ABC, they put it online.
Yes, right.
All right, Ken Snyder, I really appreciate you coming on. Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's unbelievable.